Yep.
So it is, of course, a between my insanity and Planetkey Dynamicst. I'm Madals. With me is the lovely Tetcha. And well, this is going to be a very, very interesting game. Again, Cursed Hollow, one of the more favoured maps in the current map pool.
Agreed. I would probably say the favoured map. It's very fun to play in solo queue, and it's by far one of the more balanced ones, which just makes it exciting.
So, in terms of picks and bans, we've got a Tassadar making it through into an active game. As you mentioned during the picks and bans stage, Tetcha, he's out of prison, at least for the moment. He's going to probably ruthlessly murder multiple heroes in this game and will end up back in prison again.
Hurrah.
Straight after. But yeah, here we go. And we're going. So do you want to give a quick rundown, Tetcha, of who is in the game and who is spawning for who?
I would love to. So, on the left-hand side of the map, currently in the bottom lane, we have Shinobu on the Nova, Ace of Spades on the Ufa. They're all running around, making it very hard for me to do this. We have Araragi on the Asmodan, Lowell on the Raider, and Freds on the Tyrael. And on the side of Planetkey, we have ETF on top, currently one of the highest ranked players, EDU on the Stitches in the top lane. We have Zoltro on the Tassadar in the mid lane, AR Adrud in the back as the Abathur, and in the bot lane we have Sebek and we have Marzel on the Malfurion and the Arthas respectively.
So straight away we get a mine from Abathur hitting Uther there. That's a little bit of a pain, always annoying. Also just chilling up here at the moment, we do have Nova on the nice little rainbow pony. I like the rainbow pony, makes me happy.
I also like the rainbow pony. I'm very much a fan of the green skin tint on it because it makes it look like a glow stick. It's very, very luminous.
I like playing people like Diablo and using my rainbow pony just because it's so tiny.
If you're having Diablo, you've got to use the Wonder, Billy.
Oh, it's a tough choice. But yeah, the reason we're just chatting around a bit is because not too much happening yet, although we do have at the moment Planetkey's waiting for a little bushwhack.
Yeah, Planetkey hanging around there, waiting for Araragi to push a bit further up. Asmodan, very much an escapeless hero. I'd like to point out, Planetkey's current comp makes it very, very difficult for them to run around and take mercs like MYI can be doing when they go after they've got in for ganks with Shinobu and Freds.
Tassadar taking a little bit of damage, but of course just backing away. Tassadar the Immortal, as you'll frequently see, near impossible to kill a lot of the time.
Yeah, we have a Balance Star and Ufa the Balance Springer in this game.
We do have up in the top lane just a little bit of duking back and forth. Not too much crazy going on at the moment. My Insanity there with Reyna and Stitches for Planetkey.
Agreed. And if you just have a look at the map at the moment, if you just have a hover around, you will see Abathur mines going down pretty constantly throughout the game. They don't appear on the mini-map, unfortunately, so we can't see people walking into them, but most of them appear to be hovering in the jungle, so it makes it easier to see ganks. And at the moment, Freds and Shinobu have once again wandered down to the bot lane, but Araragi has had to pull back because he's getting mana from the pool.
There was also the Marzel going down there on Arthas, but he missed the ice route, so not able to get it straight through and get the damage down. But all in all, Araragi is doing a great job of just staying alive, which is very, very important at this moment. Very little in terms of trades coming down, both teams being very safe for the moment.
Yeah, we haven't seen a kill yet. Usually a first kill comes before 2 minutes, but we are finally seeing where MYI are probably going to take an advantage here, because they have a 2-man ganking squad as opposed to the 1-man ganking squad of Planetkey, and that is going to allow them to take mercs. The first easy camp does go for MYI because neither team.
Oh, down in the bottom lane we do have Asmodan getting caught by one of those ice roots. Now Furin also goes for the root as well, but Asmodan able to stay alive, but he takes a lot of damage. This means grabbing this curse could be quite challenging, but remember, it's 5 bodies up against 4 because that Abathur sitting back at home.
Yep, there is no ultimate evolution yet, so Abathur completely relying on his main abilities. And Asmodan did pop his healing ward for this. The entire team's there. Nice hook there by ETF on top, completely pushing Lowell away from just capturing that. Storm's going down as well, so Lowell taking quite a bit of damage. Araragi still just keeping Malfurion out of this fight. Freds gets the tribute. And ETF on top actually taking quite a bit of damage here, but it looks like he's going to be able to escape. No way Freds is going to keep up with that. Needs to be careful he does not get hooked out. In the meantime, Abathur has been hovering up in this top lane, just soaking up XP, and MYI going to take this advantage that they have right now, take this tiny bit of map control and the fact there is an Abathur in the game, and take this golem with very little contest.
Grabbing this golem is going to be massive. It's going to give continued pressure down into that bot lane. Of course, we've got Fred's on Tyrael just soaking up that damage. Meanwhile, Asmodan and Nova trying to dish it all out. Up at the top, we do still have that Abathur just being a little bit of a nuisance and spawning down those locusts.
Agreed. And right now, MY taking the golem. They have dropped behind in the XP, but now this golem is here. It's gonna force a bit of an exodus for Team Planetkey here, and you can see Abathur immediately deep tunneling to the bot lane so that his Locust can just help out a little, just so it can continue to help kill this golem, because that golem needs to go down as quick as possible. There we go. Here's Arthur's revealing himself, so there's not going to be any risk of a gank at this point. Stitches and Reyna about to head down towards this tribute, which is once again spawned in the bot lane. And here we go. Fred's getting ready. And they're just going to put the pressure on in this bot lane. It's very unlucky that the tribute did spawn down here, because now Planetkey are all actually in the right spot to contest it once they've killed this golem, which has already happened.
We've got Stitches there, trying to come on through. He's going to be looking to grab a good hook. Again, it's 4 bodies up against 5, but that Abathur's starting to look a little bit more strong. We do have a good pushback from Insanity. He should be pretty much safe to grab this tribute now. Arthas is trying to grab it, and actually Tyrael going in. Freds, there's Tassadar with the Psy Storm, trying to dish out that AoE damage. We've got a couple of big trades. Freds is getting beaten on, but he stays up for the moment, finally going down into kill for a kill. But the curse, or the tribute, is going to come in for my Insanity.
Very well played there. And Zoltsu, oh my god, the reactionary shield there just in time. That was very close. I think he might have survived anyway, but it was very cool to watch as it was. And yeah, as you said, ETF on top also went down for Planetkey there, mostly due to incredible body blocking there by MYI and then huge amounts of Nova damage. Let's just have a look at the talents quickly. Yep, Nova going for the standard build, already has gathering power. Not too many takedowns, only 1 takedown in fact for Nova, so it's going to take her quite a while to get that gathering power fully stacked up.
We've got the hard camp, the Knights being taken by Planetkey Dynamicst. They're going to just getting a little bit more push. Now note that there's a level advantage now. So Planetkey are up at level 10. They've got their heroic abilities. As a result, my Insanity need to be a little bit careful. You won't win a trade level 9 up against a level 10 team. It just doesn't happen.
And now it's 10 for 10.
So it doesn't matter anymore. But the big thing about this stage of the game is that Abathur now becomes so much more effective. He's got his ultimate evolution, which means that he can clone one of his teammates. So, a little trade coming in here now. Reyna calling down those Banshees. Stitches gets caught out, and that is a kill for my Insanity, and only the 3rd kill of the game.
Absolutely, but at the moment, we are going to see a bit of an issue here for Planetkey, because they've been ahead for so long in this game, but for the first time, they actually have a player down who won't be up in time for when the tribute spawns. Usually they respawn just in time, but this time they're not even going to bother contesting because they can't. They are a player down, and Abathur would take the time to ultimate evolution. It would not be enough. Speaking of Abathur, down he goes. Nova just wandering in during the curse and picked him off like an apple from a tree. Oh, she's in trouble now though.
Gotta be a little bit cautious. Stitches is there. Arthur's coming on over. And well, the Devour is going to get a nice bit. Nova is
there's the shield.
Just going to get a moment. Absolute miracle. Uther.
She's healed. Nope, she died to the poison.
Uther kept her alive for a long time, but he may end up getting himself killed. Their great hook coming down from Stitches. That's a 2 for 1. Abathur did die, but with the curse, my Insanity getting a nice bit of push through. But note, because Planetkey didn't try and contest the tribute, they were able to push all the lanes very effectively, minimizing the effectiveness of this curse.
Agreed. And Abathur, you're in a risky spot there. Curse is still active for another 60 seconds. There we go. Just running back. Needs to be as far away from this as possible so he does not get caught out here by Araragi. The rest of the map, mostly in Planetkey's control, but the lanes pretty safe for MYI at the moment as they're able to wander back out. Kill count completely even, but because of the Abathur just sitting in lanes and just symbioting wherever he can go, he is just keeping his team ahead in XP, even though MYI pretty much been dominating in most of the team fights.
Stitches trying to bait a little engagement up here by the Grave Golem for Planetkey Dynamicst. Meanwhile, my Insanity, they're happy to try and get in a good position here, using the hologram to get vision in that bush, and it's going to be an engage. Arthas is going to get caught. The Banshee's cooled down, and that is a clean kill there for my Insanity. Devour coming down from Stitches, going to be trying to grab through Uther, but it may result in his own death.
Indeed, Devour and Gorge will both use their Stitches. Does get picked off by the Precision Strike. Tranquility was used, so there is no silence on this Malfurion, but he's going to be able to escape from the terror that is that hologram. But because of this, MYI now have control of the area, and they're going to be able to take Planetkey's Grave Golem, unless these two supports here from Planetkey can pull off an amazing steal, but it's not going to happen.
That was absolute beautiful work by My Insanity, and to break it down on what just happened, they managed to get a great engage, pick off 2 of Planetkey Dynamicst, and then because they have the numbers advantage, they took that Grave Golem, which they're now pushing top with, and are in a very strong position. All 5 members of Planetkey are now up, but that Grave Golem is really shifting things in My Insanity's favour, and they should be able to get this fort.
This is very true, and I would like to ask you a question, because I haven't seen it personally. Have we seen Ultimate Evolution yet?
I don't believe we have. Obviously, that is one of the heroic abilities for Abathur. It allows him to clone one of his teammates. So, very powerful getting that down. But all in all, hasn't yet been used. It'll probably come out at a curse fight, though. Or a tribute fight.
I would agree, but this does mean that we are yet to see all teams engage at their full strength. But this might be it. ETF on top, dropping very low. Still no Ultimate Evolution here. There's the Precision Strike. Pretty much half-healthing Malfurion there. Down goes Arthas as well. Tassadar and Malf once again going to be able to escape. And Abathur giving very few cares about the rest of his team. Just continuing to hover around, get XP. But now, the amount of deaths is seriously counteracting what Abathur can deal with on his own. And they have finally dropped behind.
All 5 members of My Insanity going for this fort. Going absolute ham on it. Going to try and take it out. Abathur getting a parasite into it. Tassadar trying to shield it up, but of course with this great amount of damage coming down from My Insanity, it's going to be a bit of a problem. Oh, Reyna's actually going for this fight. Backs out.
Yeah, Reyna able to harass there, but that is so important. That's another 2,000 XP. That's all 3 tier 1 forts, which is 6,000 XP in all for MYI there, and now they're moving down to the Tribute Araragi, getting in position for the 3 pointers just to delay this. And here we go, everyone beginning to move in. It looks like we may finally see that full team fight with the Ultimate Evolution involved.
So this is where My Insanity are being a lot more cautious, getting into a good position. They have vision because of the Tribute. You got Tyrael on Fredzy.
Nice clearing of the mines there, very nice.
Yep. Very important to do so. Azmodan down at the bottom.
Yep, everyone's just playing it patient. There's the hook onto Ace of Spades. That's not really someone you want to hook there. There's the Judgment Precision Strike onto Malfurion. Malfurion does go down. Tranquility was not enough. Down goes Stitches too. Marcel does get picked off, and the Ultimate Evolution was used a little bit late there. Adrad, sorry, is the only one left alive now, and I think they're just going to ignore him. They're just going to push, and someone will go back likely and get that Tribute. Adrad gonna try and delay. Doesn't matter if he dies while he's in his Ultimate Evolution form. Just try to get as much damage as possible, but it's not going to be enough. Down he goes as well. Ace of Spades was eaten there, but was just spat out when the death happened. And MYI going to be able to push down this keep before most... Oh, what happened? Oh, Nova. Nova happened. Nova was able to kill off Abathur again, but some of Planetkey are finally popping back up. They're able to take down Nova. But it's not going to be enough. They still have 2 people down. And the keep will go down, and MYI will just back out after only losing 1 player. 2 of Ace of Spades can't get out here.
Nice work by Azmodan there. Just throwing one of those Orbs of Annihilation just to finish off that keep. The Tribute is still up. Nice little grab of the Watchtower first by Reyna. And it'll be interesting to see if they go for it or whether they just bait the fight.
They're just ignoring it at the moment. They're 2 people down compared to 1. They're actually just going to let Planetkey take it.
Well, it's fine to do because obviously Planetkey currently don't have any tributes, so they're saying, okay, we'll give this one up. Won't take a bad engage. We got a keep for this trouble. Losing 1 tribute isn't exactly going to hurt us long term. May actually give them some map control. They should be able to take this Knight camp of mercenaries, but may end up losing their Grave Golem.
This is true. The Grave Golem taking a lot of damage. The scouting drone has gone down from Malf, so he will be able to see the enemy MYI on their way, and they are in fact on their way very soon. Will be scouted by this. They need to get into that circle ASAP right now if they have any chance of taking this. Down goes the root. That's going to stop anyone getting in there, and Planetkey do take the Golem.
Azmodan just getting another Orb of Annihilation coming through there, just trying to deal a little bit of poke damage, but the Grave Golem. Tetra, this is big for Planetkey, isn't it?
It is very big for Planetkey, and Planetkey are now going to begin their push. They have a huge amount going on, and while that's going on, Abathur has just Ultimate Evolutioned in, so he's going to be able to help with this. He Ultimate Evolutioned onto Malfurion, which is an interesting choice, but it will help the huge sustain that Stitches and Arthas give the team, and the damage pretty much all still going to be coming down. There's the Judgment onto the real Malfurion, still gets hit by the Precision Strike. Ace of Spades gets the Divine Storm onto everyone, and somehow Malfurion survived. Ace of Spades being dropped below. Friends is going to go down too. Needs to try and pick someone up, but both the double Tranquility easily enough to keep everyone on Planetkey alive, and this is looking really bad for MYI.
That's why you go for the Ultimate Evolution on Malfurion. The double Tranquility doing a lot. Uther is going to get taken down there for My Insanity. Tyrael also dead. Azmodan looking to be in a bit of a dodgy spot, but finally a kill there for My Insanity in this team fight. Actually, a couple of them. They get Tassadar, Arthas, and Stitches. So it was actually a 3-for-2 in the end, which, considering the overarching theme of this game, which is My Insanity's domination, it's actually works out pretty nice for them. And they'll get Malfurion too.
Yeah, Malfurion will finally go down through the laser beam. Oh, Shinobu. Dropping low. Don't stand at enemy minions. The Abathur could kill you like that. But Shinobu just going to stand in general, just stand around for the moment, I guess. But Tribute was just stolen by Abathur. And he's... Oh, the knockback happens, and Dread is down. No way he's getting out of that alive. Very nice, and that's enemy team dominated. But we have to point that out. That was probably the best engagement that Planetkey were going to get. They were able to pick off 2 members of MYI right at the start of that battle, and dropped Nova so low. But Nova especially was able to back out. She was able to re-get her cooldowns and then went straight back in, and they dominated from what was basically a 3 versus 4 situation. They were easily able to take down Planetkey. Incredible play by MYI, very good decision making.
Now we've got to have a little bit of a team fight coming around potentially at this grave. Got a My Insanity trying to take Planetkey's side of the map. Stitches did see it, but just decides against it, because down at the bottom we do have the Siege Giants and of course Catapults getting a nice little push on there with the keep being down. This has opened up the map, allowed the Grave Golem to get taken, and My Insanity once again gets great map control and is in a very strong spot, which is good for them, because if Planetkey get the next tribute, they get cursed.
This is very true, and I'd like to point out that the MYI were able to get that tribute. This hard camp actually isn't going to be taken there by Planetkey, and here we go. Here's the team fight again. Lowell being dropped quite low. Shinobu picks off Stitches, and this is just a chase back. There's the precision strike. Tassadar immediately picked off, and this is not looking good. MYI have got their lead. This is all they needed to take the game. We're seeing the Crab walk out of Araragi, taking down the Abathur clone, and it's just Abathur and Malfurion left, as it has been for the majority of this game. They're not even bothering with the keep, just going for the core, and this will be MYI moving on to the next round.
There's nothing that can really be done here by Planetkey. They've got 3 members down for 30 seconds. Abathur's not going to help too much. Malfurion, he'd need a bit of a miracle. So there goes the core, and My Insanity are going to take a very convincing victory here in the quarterfinals up against Planetkey and get themselves a spot in those semi-finals.
Very, very well played there. And do we know who they will be playing against in the semi-finals? Has that updated yet?
I'm not sure. I think they're going to be playing up against... well, no, it hasn't. So it's the winner of either Team Russ or Mouse Sports going to be going for it. But before we obviously go, let's just do a quick recap of that game. For me, Tetra, the MVP of that game has to be Shinobu on Nova. The precision strikes, they were precise.
They were very precise. I would agree with you there. I would still like to give credit where credit is due to the entirety of MYI, especially Araragi. He's pulled out that Azmodan before, a very uncommon pick. In fact, I've seen no one else play it that I can recall. I've probably forgotten a time where it's happened, but I've seen no one else in the EU play it, and he plays it so well. The laser beam just does so much damage, and he's not being focused down for it, and he's able to dodge a lot of skill shots while using it. So I'd like to give him credit where credit is due, but you pointed out yourself, Shinobu just next level there. Whereas on the side of Planetkey, probably going to give it to probably Malfurion, actually.
See, I'd be very, very tempted to actually sit there and say Abathur played fantastically. While he wasn't able to be integral in the team fights, which often Abathur can't, especially early on where My Insanity did get quite a bit of their lead, his ability to leech experience from that top lane where he repeatedly was coming up there really kept Planetkey Dynamicst level and even ahead in the experience, which was just so vital for them remaining on a level footing. If it wasn't for that Abathur and the team fights had gone the same, My Insanity would have been massively ahead in experience incredibly early on.
The issue I have with that statement is basically that Abathur, yes, he was absorbing XP, yes, he was symbioting, but they were still a hero down. Like I said, they didn't have that extra body to absorb all the damage that MYI was putting out, so we didn't really see Abathur Ultimate Evolution enough, I feel.
I think it was tough to do. I like the fact that he went for the Malfurion evolution, the double tranquility.
That was nice. That was
My
so
Insanity
sick.
dealt with it perfectly. They saw the double tranquility and were just like, yeah, nope, and just ran away,
Yep,
knowing that
back
there's
up,
no way
let
they
it
could
go.
get the damage down, and backing out was exactly right. But overall, congratulations to My Insanity. They take this game and will be advancing on into the semi-finals. So, Tetra, next series. We're going to be following My Insanity. Do you reckon Team Russ or Mousesports are going to be meeting them in the semi-finals?
I'm going to go, from history's sake, I'm going to say Mousesports. That and I like Mousesports. There used to be, in the very first cup I cast, they were called Team Kartoffel, which is Dutch for potato. So you got to go for that.
Team Potato. Definitely cool. So, yep, we'll be jumping into that semi-final. My Insanity versus either Team Russ or Mousesports next. Short break until then. If you're enjoying, would love to have feedback on the cast. This is my first time casting Heroes live, my first time observing Heroes, and actually my first time casting a game that isn't StarCraft 2. So any feedback from me, drop me a tweet, drop me a message in the Twitch chat or anything like that. My awesome co-caster who's doing so much on the analytical side of things is, of course, Tetra. Check him out at Tetra. He's really carrying me this cast without a doubt. But yeah, we'll be back in a couple of minutes with My Insanity versus Team Russ or Mousesports. Stay tuned.